Hey, all happy Monday. I'm not sure if I'm excited about this video, if I'm have some trepidation about this video, if I'm just downright nervous about this video. I'm not quite sure.
There's nothing to be nervous about.
I'm not quite sure. One way or the other, we're going to put this Wild Turkey 101 debate to rest today. So, Trenton, that's it. We're not going to bring it up anymore.
We'll probably bring it up again.
Well, okay, we might bring it up. We're not going to do any more videos about it. So this is what we decided to do between Trent and I. We have 4 different Wild Turkey 101s up here. I suggested when Trent first came down, let's just taste them and see how it goes. And Trent go, oh no. We're going to do this blind. Because if we don't, everybody's going to say, well, you can see right on the label what you're drinking.
Well, because how many times have we done a video where we're like doing a comparison of something and we know what we're tasting and we're trying to pick this and that out. It's like, we're not going to do any of that, especially when there's a lot at stake here, right? So I figured
there is for me.
It's not Blind Friday. We have another blind planned for Friday. I don't think this is really like a blind per se. I mean, it kind of is. But
it kind of is, but you know, we know what's in it. We know what we're trying to bring to rest here.
Yes.
We're trying to figure out, am I losing my mind, which is very possible. I could be wrong.
I don't think
there are some folks on our Patreon though that said, "Hey, Kurt's he's getting old, I think, and his palate's wasted."
Wasted?
No, they didn't go that far. No, but I'm just saying, I just think Kurt's palate might have changed a bit. That's
well, who knows? We might do this again because there are other bottles like this that we've loved in the past. And granted, I'm not saying that not all of those are just the result of a palate change, but like Old Forester 1920, Woodford Double, a lot of those that we've touted before that we love and we still like. Yeah. They just haven't been as good.
That is true.
Might be another little bit of a comparison here later, but
all right, well, real quickly here before we get started tasting, here's what we have on the bar top. This bottle right here, and we have it identified with my initial, for first name initial K on top. This is my bottle, the one where I first said, this just isn't right. This just doesn't taste right. There's something not right. This is the bottle back here that I bought to verify that these two are the same, but this is the first one. Trenton brought his over, his new label. This is marked with his initial T. And why did you bring this one over, Trenton?
So I don't buy Wild Turkey 101. I use some other things for different mixers. So I think what happened is when the label changed, I went out, as soon as I found the new label, I bought it. Because I was like, I want to see if there's a comparison. We never did the comparison. But that was in my basement, and that's the only Wild Turkey I've ever bought with that new label.
And just so everybody knows, this one was only bought a few months ago. So not very long. All right, past that. Thank you, Matt, for the help of this. Our friend Matt on Patreon helped me.
Thank you, Matt.
I don't know where he got it. It might have been in his collection. I don't even know. But he might have purchased it. This is Wild Turkey 101. This is the old label. This is from 2017.
Okay.
So 2017, thank you, Matt, for helping me with that. And this is one of Trenton's treasures that he found.
This is a Wild Turkey. I believe this is an Austin Nichols. This isn't quite like, this is around 2008-ish time frame. So this isn't quite like the 83, the one back there or anything. This is a little bit, I think this is pre this label. So we're kind of going in order from labels here, I believe.
So we have several different varieties, we think, of Wild Turkey 101, and we're going to find out, dude.
I'm excited.
Let's go.
Trash?
See? Now you knew I had trepidation.
No, this actually smells nice, actually.
Yeah, it smells pretty good. Usually, what I remember, you also have to keep in mind Wild Turkey 101 is not an expensive bottle, all right? When I was buying the old labels back in the day, they were $21, $22. I don't know what they are now, Trenton. The new label, I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
I think it's 23 something.
Oh, so it's still like 25 or less, probably?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't think it's above 30 yet. I hope it's not.
So the aromas are somewhat light, but for the most part, I usually get a little bit of caramel. There's definitely some little bit of oakiness in there that I usually get. I usually don't get a lot of the char that I would get from like the rare breed. But there's that distinctive Wild Turkey.
There is
those for sure. In this one,
I'm tempted to not say my thoughts out loud Because I'm curious to see kind of where we line up. You being a big Wild Turkey fan, me not being as big as a Wild Turkey fan. I think I said that sentence correctly. Because I don't want to push you towards one direction either, with what little I know from Wild Turkey's profile.
Well, I know this is a tough one.
So what are you getting? Because you're more familiar with Wild Turkey, I'm tempted to just kind of let you kind of lead the discussion.
I'm getting what I feel to be familiar of Wild Turkey 101.
Okay.
I get that little bit of caramel. I get a little bit, tiny bit of sweet and sour thing that I talk about with Wild Turkey. I get a little bit of oak. That's about, in a nice fashion.
Okay.
I don't get, like we talked about before, where it seemed to be cardboardish and crafty or slightly rancid.
Okay.
I don't sense it in this one.
All right. Well, let's see what we got going on with B.
I'm also keeping in mind, Trenton, that we are tasting $25 bottles.
Yeah.
So
you definitely have to keep that in mind when going into it, because then you're like, oh, there's missing this or that, or
right. Yeah, exactly. I like the first one. Is that good or bad, honey?
Ooh.
Not saying.
I don't think you could really go wrong with any of these, considering they're all the same-ish.
Well, I will say this one, the nose here is a little bit more pronounced.
It's like butterscotch.
Yeah, it's a little sweetish. It's
Swedish fish?
Sweetish.
Oh, sweet-ish. Man, I got candy on
He
the
got
brain.
excited, didn't he, when I said, he thought I said Swedish fish.
Because I was like, that's got like a weird Swedish fish plasticky kind of a note.
A little more amplified on the aromas. Seems like it. It's very interesting. That is somewhat different than the first one for sure. I find the oak on this one to be a tiny bit bitter in drying.
This is strange. I don't even know why I'm trying to guess. This is just fun. I'm just trying to think of what I like the most.
This is different. Different than the first one. In a lesser way, for me.
It's got this really astringenty type of a vibe there at the end.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a bitter oak thing for me. It's got definitely an astringency. The taste is a little bit different. It's odd because the aromas, to me, seem like they were better than Glass A.
Yes,
but that absolutely did not follow suit with the palate.
It's like richer and whatnot on the nose, but it doesn't quite transfer to the palate, which is kind of weird.
It did it. I have to be honest with you. When I first smelled it, I thought, "Oh, okay, we're tasting."
My mind went there.
We're tasting the old fella.
My mind went there.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Maybe it is though. I don't even know. Huh. Wow, these are so different, dude.
That's way different.
Way different. That's like light caramel. Almost like a halfway to a Werther's kind of caramel candy type thing, but on a lighter level.
It's like in your face, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to describe.
Yeah, and I'm not getting the sweet and sour. Kind of a reminiscent type thing on the aromas when I smell Wild Turkey. I'm not getting it. I don't know.
Are you having fun yet?
No.
No?
I didn't want to swallow that one.
Because it was bad?
Did you like it?
It wasn't my favorite.
Me either.
It has quite a bit of like pencil shaving notes in it. It's a little bit graphite-y maybe, but it's like
Definitely.
Tannic.
It's just, that was a little rough.
Huh.
Wow, this is so weird to know that we're tasting all Wild Turkey 101.
I'm not going to lie.
Weird.
I would have thought this would have been a little easier. But every single one of these is different. And I mean, granted, they're different labels, but just because it's a different label doesn't mean it's different juice.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. All right. You moving on? My heart's pumping a little bit here, honey. Ooh,
Smells like
nervous.
Like a old basement sofa.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
We should do a rare breed comparison next.
With what?
Rare breeds.
I'd love to.
I got a couple rare breeds.
You do? I've never seen them.
I've been holding out.
What? I have no idea.
I can't give you all of the turkey things all at once.
I guess not. This almost has like a synthetic polish note that goes with it too, though.
I also just got like a little bit of like a poblano pepper.
Really?
Garden vibe. Maybe I see the trepidation that you were talking about.
I know. That's just all.
I feel like
man.
I can't use that word because I don't really know exactly what it means.
Yes,
I imagine it has something to do with like a anxious type of a thing. But
you're apprehensive.
that word.
You know, that kind of stuff.
Hey, you describing a word with another bigger word. It's like the Oxford Dictionary, or when it's like, what does it mean to do this, and it gives the exact definition of it.
I've just lived a few more years than you have. That's all.
Is that? Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Oh.
Well, that back end got a little bit rough. I ain't gonna lie. The front end, I was excited, honestly, because I thought we're into something here. Middle of the back just got
I'm not gonna lie.
earthy, oaky.
Yeah. I need to go through this entire lineup one more time. Like, I don't have a distinctive in or out just yet. This is really bizarre.
It is.
I'll say my lowest score is 0.5 out of 5.
What are you doing? I mean, honestly, what are you doing? 0.5.
Are we gonna delete the video if the worst one
Wins?
is first?
Why'd you even put that in my head?
Why does B smell like sour grape milk?
Sour grape milk.
Is that a dang you're right or a you're out of your mind?
It's a dang, why do you put these things in my head? Because, now that I'm gearing to try to get into that, I see exactly what you're saying. It's weird. Grapey sour milk, weird.
But the palate, I don't think is the worst of the four. Which is either a good thing or a concerning thing.
Apologize once again. I'm sorry.
Oh, shame.
I know. I thought it was all 101. I'd be fine. I didn't need some water, but I'm struggling a bit.
We forgot to turn the furnace off. That's probably why this blind isn't going good.
You want to get that, honey?
No,
honey?
It's probably fine.
Honey, my buddy. Furnace.
You're gonna make me get up.
It's fine. It's fine.
You should get it because you got a vent right here. It's just going right in front of that microphone.
Well, I need to get you guys
Kyle.
a checklist.
Usually we're pretty good. We didn't unplug the fridge either.
You poor little thing. You're walking like me when you first get up. What happened? You sitting on your leg? Thank you, babe.
No, I worked out and I can't.
Yes,
No.
you did. I forgot.
It hurts.
I'm full aware.
That's why I said you're gonna make me get up.
Sorry, babe. Thank you, though. All right, Trenton, what's your first out?
D, dude. D's nice up front, but it has such a tannic, metallic taste to it.
Yeah, that would be mine too. I didn't get there yet. I'm going to give it one more taste, but that would have been on my sheet as well.
Like, I have this at, I mean, I just ranked it, but if it's going below my other one, it's a 0.25 out of 5.
Yeah, that's most for sure. So
that's wild.
Yep, that's for me as well. And I hope we're on the right track here, but D was not good at all.
No, I didn't think so.
Not good at all.
No.
You know, I would have thought your mother played a little trick on us, put Corner Creek on us or something out there. Not quite as bad as Baby Hudson, not like that.
No,
level,
but it's something's
little Corner
very,
Creek action
very
or something
weird about it.
in there. So now, difficult.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to redo my scoring here, I think. I didn't warm the palette up before the video.
Mm-hmm.
Is B the one you said you got like a nail polish remover on?
I thought it was C, buddy, but like
Or was B the start? Something's weird about B too. But it has flavor right at the tail end of that.
I don't know, pal.
Are any of these for you like, yeah, that's what I remember turkey being?
Well, here's where I'm getting at. I don't know if you folks have ever, if you ever do blinds and you sit down and you try to taste 4 or 5. At some point, if you just go over it, you're just, I'm just confusing myself now.
It's like when you say the same word over and over again.
Right. When I retaste, it's like I'm looking at my scores and I'm kind of trying to put it all together. And
I think I have a lineup. I need to taste 2 more to confirm, but this is difficult. A lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be, because there have been wild turkeys that I've like actually enjoyed. The 101s.
sure.
Like,
The one I had in that back bar for the longest time,
it's just hit different.
it was good. It was good. For sure.
Okay.
Here's my quandary, Trenton. B and C are my quandary. Okay? I don't know where you're at coming out next. But I'm trying to decide between B and C. Which one comes out
For
next.
third?
Yes.
I know what mine would be.
So that's where I'm at my quandary. A is staying in. I'm confident of that. Truth. B had the lowest score first time through. I'm sorry, C had the lowest score first time through than B. But when I retasted again, it was a little bit better. But I'm afraid I'm going to probably have to stick with the same.
C's your third?
Yeah.
B's my third.
See, yeah, I know. I'm in a quandary with that. So that's. I understand.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. We are very fortunate enough to have the community that we have. We've been very fortunate to be able to try some really good bottles.
Yeah.
By no means are we discounting that, but like at the same time, I still do enjoy budget stuff.
Absolutely.
Benchmark, like anything old granddad. I'm not a big fan of the
Yes.
86 proof, but like or early times, like the 1792
Yes.
small batch. I'm still enjoying those things. So I just don't want it to get lost the fact that like we're not all about like the hoity-toity allocated only stuff. We still like budget stuff.
I pride myself, guys, on trying to find good quality budget style bourbons to put out to you folks. And if I don't really find that, I really love to find, like we just did with our Cedar Ridge review, great whiskey. And that 50-60, I would not categorize that as budget. But the bang
50-60
for
is
the
a budget,
buck,
yeah.
what you're getting for what you pay is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So, no, absolutely not.
What do you have? You have A and B
Yeah,
left?
A is going to be first for me.
That's mine.
So-
A is my first.
We might as well just get that over with. So I can't even remember what I said, honey. So so into this. I'm I think a little sweat might be dropping from my side over here.
That's 1, that's 4, that's 2, that's 3.
But yeah.
Because we're just the
A
opposite
was going
on
to
the
be
center,
first. I knew that. So now the hard part. This is the hard part with blinds, and this is where I would have probably wished we just tasted each bottle singularly up on the bar top.
I'm very interested because we had a clear winner and a clear loser.
Yeah, we were just flip flopped in the middle between Trenton and I. So babe, what is 4th place today?
All right. Well, 4th place today.
She gives me that weird look, smile, a little smirk.
And that was the Kurt's Old Label.
Okay, that's the one that I said from the beginning. Which side does it go on, Trenton? You've confused me so much.
I'm gonna put these off to the side.
Let's
here
do
so
that.
we
Yeah,
don't get too
let's do that.
confused here.
Yep. So that's the one where I've said from the very beginning. This was the bottle that was in the video that we did. Right? I said, "What's going on with Wild Turkey 101?" So that did rank in both Trenton and I's last place definitively. Am I correct, Trenton?
Yep.
Definitively. I mean, when we tasted it, it was like, okay, that's just not so good.
Yeah. It just seems like there's something wrong with it. Like a bad, like...
But I'm telling you, dude, we tasted it against this one here, which was I just got off of Harry's shelf, and it was roughly the same. Anyways, all right, honey, what? Just go with mine, I guess. I had C, I guess, according to what Trenton wrote down on my pad of paper. This is Trenton's 2nd and my 3rd.
That is the new label.
So Trenton's new label?
Not Trenton's, just the...
This is the new label, honey? So which one is it?
The one that was... Okay, 4th was one that had a K on the top.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is the one that doesn't have either one of your initials on it.
All right. So that's the one that has over there, Trenton, I'm guessing. Would it be this one?
Yeah, if there's nothing on the top of it, yeah, that one.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm very intrigued with that too. Again, so before I comment, what's my 2nd place, babe?
Your 2nd place is the Austin Nichols.
What is going on?
What?
So Trenton's was 1st place for both.
Wow. Well,
That is...
that is not. I was going to say this, you know, I could have flipped a coin. That's all I'm saying.
So Trenton's came in 1st, yours came in last.
I don't understand really.
Wait,
so
hey.
let's go back and
And I wrote down some of the things that you guys said. Kurt said this is a very, very familiar taste, very nice.
to this.
To Trenton's, yes.
Okay.
You can take that if you want, bro. Oh, sorry. Yeah, like that's good.
So are you saying that's an
It is good.
identical bottle,
It's
just
good.
bought at different times, or
Yeah.
there's nothing else on the label that's
Well-
anything different?
Nothing different.
I'm surprised this one was 3rd for Trenton.
So am I, actually.
Really. B, honey? B for the Austin Nichols?
Yes. B. Trenton said it was strange.
Yeah.
It had a sour grape
All right.
milk.
I'm still standing by it.
There's some sourness though. Wild Turkey does have a little sweet and sour thing going on there, so that doesn't surprise me. C would have been this this label here that Matt helped us out with.
See?
Yeah, these two could have been flipped. All right, for me, guys, the only thing that I'm shocked at is this one. That blows my mind. If this would have been here, I'd have been, oh yeah, that's exactly how I would have seen it play out. So I guess I'm up for whatever education that I can get we're obviously looking at batches.
Well, what?
Because I promise y'all, this 101 label that I bought to try to compare, I bought this just several weeks ago, compared to this bottle here, to me tasted extremely similar to this.
Okay.
Extremely similar to this. Okay? So, obviously, this one does not taste like this one. This was the definitive no bueno.
Oh yeah, that was
was for both of us.
It's weird though, like you at the beginning of the video you were like, yeah, this is gonna be like the last thing that we do about this, but this deepens the mystery even more. It's weird because you have really old distilleries like Wild Turkey, you have old distilleries like Maker's Mark. Maker's Mark tastes the exact same, and I mean maybe that's another video. But like batch over batch over batch.
Sure.
How many times have you had a Maker's Mark where you're like, man, this just doesn't taste like what I remember Maker's Mark tasting like? I haven't. I don't know if it's a quality control issue, if it's an actual a product quality issue, a grain issue, whatever. But these are different batches. They were bought at very separate times, different stores.
Definitely, because if you bought this right when the label changed, just because of the label change.
Yep. That is the first new label that I saw.
Then it's extremely close to this one here.
Yep.
This one and this one were purchased within 6 months of each other. So, I don't know. But, you know, most of the time,
I get the trepidation.
Most of the time, I say when we're done with blind, man, it was a lot of fun.
You didn't have fun?
No, not necessarily.
You both are kind of speechless. It's like you don't know what to say.
But
because it's...
a lot of them were just a little bit different. But when you have different batches and you are actually comparing them side by side by side by side, you know, there is going to be a little bit of differences. But these had a decent amount of differences to them. So
I feel like they had very stark differences. One was like a sour milk. The other one was just bad, like whatever this one
is not good.
I think this one had a sour milk vibe to it, if that was B. I think for me, that's why I got third. This was pretty good, and then this was just...
better than the rest of them.
It's been sitting in my basement for a couple of years.
All I know is I'm taking that one.
Well, now what? This is it? We're just going to end the saga here?
Hey, we'll leave it up to the good folks. I mean, you guys have so much knowledge that comes into the comments. We appreciate that so much. But I tell you what, we're not the only ones with the answers. I'll promise you that. Yes, honey, I see that here.
Well, I do read the comments
Yeah,
often.
oh, I know you do. Yeah. You even text me when I'm working and let me know some.
So know that I do read the comments.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people were saying, you know, Kurt's palate has changed or whatever.
Sure.
Now my question to those people that said, no, Wild Turkey 101, it tastes good. When did you buy it? You know, was it like Trenton where you bought it soon after the label changed, or was this a recent purchase and you think it tastes the same?
Right. Well, this could be that this is this particular batch, too. You know, I don't know.
David, I have a feeling David
Jennings. I knew this was going to come up.
I do. I would be very curious to sit down with David, maybe even off the record.
Sure.
Because something here is weird.
And we're speaking of David. We're speaking of David Jennings once again from
Rare Bird 101.
Rare Bird 101. In my opinion, and I'm probably in Trenton's as well, the source when it comes to wild turkey and anything that comes out of wild turkey.
Can we fly David out? This is weird, man.
If he's willing.
I don't know. And it could be right, like what, every certain amount of years your taste buds, is it 7 years your taste buds change or whatever? We've been doing this for about 5 years.
And I'm okay with that. Listen, if all of you really knew me, and some of you know me pretty well, but Trenton and of course my wife, I am not offended if all of a sudden I say, well, my palate's just changed a little bit.
No.
You know, I'm fine with that. But obviously, this one was our clear definitive loser, and that's the one I put out with in the beginning and said, what happened to Wild Turkey 101? This bottle that I bought, wherever it went that I bought just a few weeks ago to compare to this one here, is exactly the same as this one. Trust me when I tell you. So we're just rambling right now. We're rambling because we're a bit confused, but...
It's a good thought experiment.
It is.
Let us know what we should do next, because we don't know.
We don't know. That was my thing. You folks have a huge amount of knowledge and input, and we love that from our community. So what do we do next? So we want to know. Well, thanks for this idea for a Monday, Trenton. This kind of blew my socks right out of my head.
Great way to start the week, especially after Thanksgiving. You can't really go wrong with that.
That's just true.
But yeah, let us know what we should do next, because I'm actually kind of speechless right now.
All right, guys. That's all we got for you today. Thank God. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. See you next time right down here with Trent and me in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.